Hey everybody, this is Jordan Allodi interviewing our master internet marketer, James Concilio today. We are going to go over quite a few things internet marketing related, but just to give you a little background on James, he is a two-tour combat veteran, a master internet marketer, coach, and mentor. So if you have any internet marketing questions, this is the guy you want to go to.
Thanks.
So he's kind of living a life of impact now. That's his messaging right now, and he's really focused on serving other veterans and kind of helping them transform from combat life into civilian life and making just as big of an impact there. Which, by the way, thank you for your service.
Absolutely
everything you and your squad does, and just really appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, for sure. Glad to be here.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it. So I'm excited just to kind of learn more about your background story, and I kind of gave a little bit of an intro there, but can you give us some more detail about combat life and kind of how you transformed into what you are doing today?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did two combat tours overseas in the Navy. Had the tremendous privilege of serving on an aircraft carrier, and certainly not the same types of sacrifices as a lot of our troops served, on the ground and and those sorts of things. Being on an aircraft carrier is probably about the safest place on the planet you could possibly be, honestly. But, just had tremendous privilege of, serving our country, protecting the freedom, protecting the people here at home that we cherish. And when I completed my time, got out and got started as an entrepreneur. Actually had a real estate business that we started, which was really cool. But made a couple of stupid choices, kind of outside the systems and processes that we've been taught, man. And I managed to lose over $1 million, lost our house, we lost our cars, and ended up moving back home to Colorado with our first baby on the way, with literally a couple of household belongings, some clothes. Moved into my in-laws' basement and kind of had to refigure out how to do life at that point. Kind of started over from nothing. So kind of a wild journey. Yeah.
Good thing you're a nice guy, and everybody wants to have you around. So that's good to have a backup plan. But that's a little bit different. Like you read about all these stories about how someone had $14 in their bank account and they started from nothing. You actually had a pretty good life going for yourself, and met all of a sudden just a couple bad decisions, which I think we're all entitled to make a little bit.
Yeah,
Nobody's perfect, right? And so,
for sure.
I've certainly made mistakes as well. So let's talk about the the happy part of this story. Let's talk about the transition. And first of all, before we get into that, there might be some people who don't have as much knowledge about internet marketing as a whole. So can you just your definition of what internet marketing is and how it's made an impact on what you do today?
Yeah, absolutely. So, real quick, I'll give you another kind of the little missing piece of the middle part of the puzzle, and then what we're doing with internet marketing right now. But so we moved back home, and at that point, we literally did start with nothing. We're very blessed to have amazing family and a roof over our heads. But at that point, we had to go figure out how to do the corporate thing. Didn't really know how to do the corporate thing or anything like that, and so we did that. Fortunately, I figured out I was fairly good at it. So once again, was able to build a decent income. But it was just like when I was in the military, like someone else determined when I got up, when I saw my kids, when I ate, when I peed, like I was traveling 3 weeks out of the month. I'm like, this is ridiculous. What's the point? And so at that point, we decided to jump back into the world of entrepreneurship again. And we saw people making money online. And so I was like, hey, let's figure this out. This seems better than real estate, where I'm still having to go out and do stuff. Like if I can leverage technology and do something from home, I want to learn about that. And so that's what we did. But I had massive shiny object syndrome. I don't know if you can relate to this, Jordan. I know a lot of people can, right? But I was like, oh my God, this looks amazing. Like I got to do this, and holy crap, this looks cool. I want to do this and this and that and the other. And all of a sudden I have 30 grand in credit card debt And I'm like, well, crap, none of this stuff works. And I was actually like just about to say, forget it. I'm just going to work full time. It's just what's, what I'm destined to do. And I met my current mentor, right now at an event. I was just blown away by his transparency, his authenticity, and the system he created. So I thought, what the heck, let's give this thing one more try. And so through that journey, since October, I now have the privilege to coach 20 to 30 brand new internet marketing students every week that have no idea. They've never made a dime online. They have no clue what they're doing. And it's a tremendous opportunity to be able to serve them, teach them, grab them by the hand, and show them what to do to build a long-term sustainable six-figure business online. And that's really, what we're about. What we're trying to do is not only teach people, but give them the tools, the systems, the processes, the community of support to be able to learn long-term sustainable, businesses online. It's none of this get rich quick, like, nobody's going to make $100,000 in 90 days or, anything bogus like that.
And there's so much of that out there. It's hard to differentiate because like everyone's had a bad experience with this, where they bought a course and it was like, they kind of gave me some basic knowledge to where I could say I can do X, Y, and Z. But when it came down to it, and I found a client or I was working with somebody and they were like, how do you do this? I was like, oh no, like,
crap, now what?
Recurring theme that I see all the time.
Yeah.
And so you're really getting a lot out of the coaching aspect of, and mentoring these people, which is a little bit different than the traditional, hey, buy my course, good luck. Like, thanks. I pocketed $5,000 and like, call customer service if you have an issue. So I think that's what I love most about what you're doing, and really just your story. And I kind of want to transition into your big weekend you had a couple weeks ago. So can we talk about that? And I'm bragging on you a little bit because I know you won't. And that's my favorite thing about you. And why I wanted to interview you is you're so humble. Like, even when you were going through your background and going through the 2 tours, like you almost seem grateful. And meanwhile, we should be way more grateful to you. So
Well, thank you. Well, I appreciate that. Well, it's, it was a cool deal. I went from, having never made a dime online and $30,000 in credit card debt, trying to figure it out. But honestly, I'm really thankful for that part of my journey because I got to learn so much about what building a business online isn't. And it really gave me a better understanding of the industry, the marketplace, what it really does take to be successful online. And what really made the difference for me was the hands-on coaching. And what we're doing right now, we've got an 18 module video like training boot camp that you can get access to for a measly $1, right, to kind of test drive. And so that, along with the coaching, is what made all the difference in the world for us. So we went from $30,000 in credit card debt to never making a dime online to a couple weekends ago we had a $13,000 weekend, which was awesome. And so we're on pace to be able to retire me from my multiple 6-figure job by the end of the year. My wife is home now with our kids, which is amazing, tremendous blessing on our family. And so that's kind of where we're at, man. So
congratulations on that. Like, what a turnaround from living in the in-laws basement to now all of a sudden $13,000 weekends. And clearly, what you've mentioned didn't happen overnight. You've put in the work. You've done, I'd say you paid your dues more so than one should. And this is just a really exciting time for you right now. And it's awesome to see, just witness, because you and I have been in communication for a while.
Yep.
This is your first, I believe, 5-figure weekend.
It is. Right? Yep. Our very first 5-figure weekend, which was awesome. And, really, Jordan, I think really what it boils down to, and honestly, man, I can't take, much credit here. I'm really just following the example and the system and the process of what I'm being taught. But it's just about having the right opportunity and the right kind of systems and process with the right mentoring at the right time. And right now, like, our business is just in such a massive phase of momentum, like it's highly, highly contagious. And anybody that ever tells you that timing doesn't matter in business has never had it, because momentum is very, very powerful. So it's a blessing to be a part of. It's awesome.
Absolutely. And one thing I kind of picked up in your little spiel and knowledge you were dropping on everybody is, this is $1. It's not 5 figures. It's not 4 figures that you can get in and kind of learn about it for $1.
Yeah, absolutely. In full transparency, you're not going to have 5-figure weekends with $1 investment, but
sure.
What you are going to get out of that dollar is you get access to the entire training boot camp and 3 coaching calls. And so you really have a really good understanding of what you need to do, how it all works. And then from that point, people can really make educated decisions on if they're serious about this, like, what's the next step? What do I do from here? And so there's nothing else like it in the marketplace, where you can get 18 hours of video training on exactly how to build a long-term sustainable 6-figure online business, work one-on-one with a coach to put together the right plan, for each individual person, because everybody's situation is different. So it really is a unique deal in the marketplace.
That's fantastic. Now, you have this saying, and I can see it written behind you there. You are worth it. Can you give us a little bit more information about that? Yeah,
for sure. So both imagine beyond reality and you're worth it. And when I was setting a goal of what I was going to accomplish this year, I set out and I said, I want to help 100 people be able to fire their boss, walk away from their job, and have time freedom and financial freedom this year. And I shared that goal with a couple people kind of close to me in my inner circle, and they're like, hey, that's awesome, but I think it's a little ambitious. Why don't you set a more realistic goal? And as soon as I heard that, I knew it was the right goal, because so much of what limits our impact in the world as individuals is these limiting beliefs we have in our head about what is possible. And so that's why I have this back here, to imagine beyond reality. It's a reminder to me every day when I'm coaching my new students. They see this on the board behind me. It's a reminder to them to break free of the limiting beliefs they have that's holding them back. And You're Worth It is really simple, man. I truly believe that every single person, just intrinsically as a human being, is worthy of having financial freedom, is worthy of having freedom over how they spend their time, how they spend their energy. And I just believe that. So it's a reminder to me of why I do what I do for my students, and as well as it's a reminder to them that they are worth it, because so much of what they've heard all their lives is, you're not worthy of this, you're not good enough for that, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it's all BS, man. It's crap. And it's really holding people back from being able to live out the greatness that's within them. So that's what that's all about.
What a cool guy. Seriously. That's an awesome message. And that's something that, you're right. More often than not, you are told no. And it's a lot of times it's ingrained in people's minds that it's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna be stuck where I'm at, or I can't, get away or get out of this rut, or I'm gonna kind of be a lifer at the company that I'm at, even though I don't love going there every day. I'm on, as you said, on their schedule, all the way from when I'm allowed to pee.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, seriously, it feels like that, for sure.
So you're kind of transitioning, moving forward. Let's talk about future plans. Like what's your next goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Like what do you hope to get out of the rest of 2018 and 2019?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, obviously I'm going to be able to retire from my 6-figure job, which is, a big deal for me and my family, and something I'm really passionate about. Obviously I am, I'm getting after helping 100 people fire their boss, being able to, join me in and having time and financial freedom. But my my project that I'm most passionate about right now, Jordan, that wakes me up every morning just as excited as crap to go out and make a difference is I'm putting together a mastermind group. I'm building, like, it's going to be 5, maybe 10 of my fellow veterans. And really what I want to do in this group, I've called it the Impact Academy. And so what I want to do is gather together 5 to 10 of my fellow veterans and bring them into the business on a level that's going to make an immediate impact in their lives. And out of this private group, I'm going to personally train them, mentor them, help them with social media, everything that it takes so that we can go out as a collective group and go out and make a massive impact in the lives of our veterans, man, because they're so valuable to our country, to their families. What they have done matters. And they've made a tremendous impact, right, during their military service. And they have so much still to give. And I want to really equip them, to go out and continue to live a life of massive impact for our country and around the world. So that's my project I'm getting ready to launch right now. It's called the Impact Academy, and I am absolutely pumped. It's going to be awesome.
Well, that's fantastic. I can't wait to hear the results of this. I'm sure it's going to be just as successful as your transition from the in-laws house to where you are today. So major congratulations to you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you taking the time to, one, share your story, but two, kind of open up. I mean, it sounds like an opportunity for anybody who's looking to get involved. I mean, preferred military, but maybe not. Like, you're helping people of all backgrounds. So this is a major opportunity to kind of get on board and follow a mentor that one knows what they're doing, knows internet marketing, has gone through the process and the blueprint. Dude, very humble guy. It's tough to find someone who's kind of found the financial freedom and is kind of paving their own path, and they're so approachable. And 3, you're just kind of paying it forward and just kind of going along with the impact theme. You're making an impact on society and helping veterans kind of transition and live a better life, or post being involved in the military. So
absolutely,
buddy. Yeah, I really appreciate your time today. And
you bet. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
I look forward to hearing more about this and doing a follow-up.
Sounds good, man. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time. Absolutely. Appreciate it. And yeah, I'm absolutely, it's not just veterans. It could be anybody, but especially for this project here for the Impact Academy. This specific project is really, really geared towards serving our veterans. And so I'm happy to chat with somebody that is maybe not a veteran, but is passionate about the cause of taking care of our veterans. I'd love to have them, be a part of this movement, because once we get that core of 5 to 10 people all trained up and sent out kind of marching in the same direction, it really is, man. It will be a seriously impactful movement of people working in the same direction with the same common goal. It's going to be dynamite.
That's awesome, buddy. I can't wait to hear the results, and I can't wait to hopefully talk to all 100 plus people that you make an impact and set to financial freedom.
Heck yes. Let's do this.
So thanks again, my man. We will be in touch.
Sounds good, man. Have a blessed day. I appreciate you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Cheers.